Okay, we're going to continue on in our Father's Word. This is Judges, chapter 9, verse 25. And the men of Shechem set liers in wait for him on the top of the mountains. And they robbed all that came along that way by them. And it was told Abimelech. And Gael, the son of Ebed, came from his brethren and went over to Shechem. And the men of Shechem put their confidence in him. And they went out into the fields and gathered their vineyards and trode the grapes and made merry and went into the house of their God and did eat and drink and cursed Abimelech. And Gael, the son of Ebed, said, Who is Abimelech? And who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is not he the son of Jerubbaal? And Zebul his officer? Serve the men of Hamor, the father of Shechem? For why should we serve him? And would to God this people were under my hand, then would I remove Abimelech. And he said unto Abimelech, Increase thine army and come out. And when Zebul, the ruler of the city, heard the words of Gael, the son of Ebed, his anger was kindled. And he sent messengers unto Abimelech, privy, saying, Behold, Gael, the son of Ebed, and his brethren to come to Shechem. And behold, they fortify the city against thee. Now therefore up by night, thou and the people that is with thee, lie in wait in the field. And it shall be in the morning, as soon as the sun is up, thou shalt rise early and set upon the city. And behold, when he and the people that is in it with him come out against thee, then mayest thou do to them as thou shalt find occasion. And Abimelech rose up and all the people that were with him by night, and they were laid wait against Shechem in 4 companies. And Gael, the son of Ebed, went out and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And Abimelech rose up and the people that were with him from lying in wait. And when Gael saw the people, he said to Zebul, Behold, there are come people down from the top of the mountains. And Zebul said unto him, Thou seest the shadow of the mountains, if they were men. And Gael spoke again and said, See, there come people down by the middle of the land. And another company come along by the plain of Menonium. Then said Zebul unto him, Where now is thy mouth? Whereward thou sayest, Who is Abimelech, that we should serve him? Is not this people that thou hast despised? Go out, I pray, and fight with them. And Gael went out before the men of Shechem and fought with Abimelech. And Abimelech chased him, and he fled before him. Many were overthrown and wounded, even unto the entering of the gate. And Abimelech dwelt at Arumah. And Zebul thrust out Gael and his brethren, that they should not dwell in Shechem. And it came to pass on the morrow that the people went out into the field. And they told Abimelech. And he took the people and divided them into 3 companies, and laid wait in the field and looked, and behold, the people were come forth out of the city. And he rose up against them and smote them. And Abimelech and the company that was with him rushed forward and stood at the entering of the gate of the city. And the 2 other companies ran upon all the people that were in the fields and slew them. And Abimelech fought against the city all that day. And he took the city, and slew the people that was therein, and beat down the city, and sowed it with salt. And when all the men of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into a hold of the house of the god Berith. And it was told Abimelech that all the men of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech gat him up to Mount Zalmon, he and all the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand, and cut down a boar from the trees, and took it, and laid it on his shoulder, and said unto the people that were with him, What ye have seen me do, make haste, and do as I have done. And all the people likewise cut down every man his boar, and followed Abimelech and put them into the hold, and set the hold on fire upon them, so that all the men of the tower of Shechem died also, about 1,000 men and women. Then went Abimelech to Thebez and encamped against Thebez and took it. But there was a strong tower within the city, and thither fled all the men and women, and all they of the city, and shut it to them, and got them to the top of the tower. And Abimelech came into the tower, and fought against it, and went hard unto the door of the tower to burn it with fire. And a certain woman cast a piece of millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all to break his skull. Then he called hastily unto the young man his armor bearer, and said unto him, Draw my sword, and slay me, that men may say not a woman slew him. And his younger man thrust him through, and he died. And when the men of Israel saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed every man into his place. Thus God rendered the wickedness of Abimelech, which he did unto his father in slaying his 70 brethren. And all the evil of the men of Shechem did God rendered upon their heads. And upon them came the curse of Jotham, the son of Jerubbaal. Now this is Judges, chapter 10. And after Abimelech there rose to defend Israel Tola the son of Puah, the son of Dodo, a man of Issachar, and he dwelt in Shamir in Mount Ephraim. And he judged Israel 23 years and died, and was buried in Shamir. And after him arose Jair, a Gileadite, and judged Israel 22 years. And he had 30 sons that rode on 30 ass colts, and they had 30 cities, which are called Havoth Jair unto this day, which are in the land of Gilead. And Jair died and was buried in Kamon. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and served Balaam and Ashtaroth, and the gods of Syria, and the gods of Zidon, and the gods of Moab, and the gods of the children of Ammon, and the gods of the Philistines. You got Chemosh, and you got Moab, then you got the god of the Assyrians, Dagon. They took God's little children and took and threw them into the altar fire of these little g gods. And then they had sex orgies in the groves. Ashtaroth, Ishtar, pagan, sex and fertility goddess. They had sex orgies in the groves. Solomon worshipped her, built a little shrine for her on the Mount of Olives right across from God's Ark of the Covenant. I can't believe that Solomon did that, but he did. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hands of the Philistines and into the hands of the children of Ammon. And that year they vexed and oppressed the children of Israel 18 years. All the children that were on the other side of Jordan, in the land of the Amorites, which is in Gilead. Moreover, the children of Ammon passed over Jordan to fight against Judah and against Benjamin and against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel was sore distressed. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, saying, We have sinned against thee, both because we have forsaken our God, and also served Balaam. And the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Did not I deliver you from the Egyptians, and from the Amorites, and from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines, and the Zidonians also, and the Amalekites, and the Moabites did oppress you? Yet ye cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hand. Yet ye have forsaken me, and served other gods, Wherefore I will deliver you